Hey everybody, this is Minion Soldier, and I wanted to squeeze in one last ship updates before the year was done. And, just to say thanks to all the subscribers, and mainly what I was going to do with the ship updates, because obviously there haven't been any updates over the Christmas break, but mainly to focus on the things that we can look forward to in the new year, and some of the things that should be coming hopefully sooner rather than later, and over the course of the year, some of the things that hopefully that we're going to see. Now, first off, I wanted to talk about the Star Citizen HOTAS. Now, the low-end HOTAS, of course, was supposed to be sold on December 16th, but then that sale was pulled because there was apparently a discrepancy between where CIG was going to be selling this, which is, I guess, pretty much globally, and where SciTech could actually ship them. And so they didn't want to hold a pre-sale where some people would buy it and actually be able to eventually get it shipped to them. And apparently, SciTech not being able to ship to some of those areas, and some people would just not be getting their HOTASs right away, or might be getting it after a considerable delay. So what ended up happening is they kind of pulled the sale, they held back, and we haven't gotten a date since. Now, I do think it is somewhat noteworthy that the feedback thread, which I'm going to link in the description below, for the high-end Star Citizen HOTAS, there were a lot of comments regarding using trackballs to aim gimbaled weapons, and they weren't positive. And I think that I kind of detailed some of that when I was talking about the Star Citizen HOTAS in a recent video. A lot of it echoed the sentiments that I expressed, which was that, it's trackballs are a bad idea. I mean, you're essentially trying to use managing two interfaces to overcome the simplicity of using one interface to manage two things at once, which you get with the mouse. And so I am hoping that maybe at CIG they kind of said, you know what, maybe we need to rethink this. And the thread, obviously the link is in the description below. I think it's worth a read. I think it's worth looking at because a lot of players have made some comments in regards to not using a trackball to control gimbaled weapons, certainly not such a small trackball. And I think that, compared to a lot of areas where people make negative comments or maybe critical comments in regards to things that CIG is planning to do, I feel that a lot of these criticisms were very well reasoned and delivered in an actually a very polite and intelligent way. So I think it's a thread that's definitely worth reading, and some things that you may want to stay informed with in regards to spending your money on a HOTAS. Now, with that aside, we also know that that CIG is switching to a monthly update cycle. Chris Roberts was talking about that recently, and the fact that we would be getting 2.2 in January, and what they're going to be doing is they're going to be doing monthly releases, and then whatever features are closest and have the best chance of making it for that release date are the features that are going to be included. So it's not going to be, more or less like a formulaic delivery where it's like every month a new ship, or every month a new map or a new feature. It's going to be what makes it in. So I guess some months could just be improvements, other months could include a ship. We don't know exactly what every month is going to include, but at least we know we're going to be getting an update every month, which I think is a very promising thing, and it's it's something to look forward to every month. So I really do like that. Now, there are a few ships that we know are very close. Now, we heard recently that the Vanguard is undergoing its damage states. So that is pretty much a hop, skip, and a jump away from being flyable. So Vanguard very, very soon. Hopefully, it'll be flyable. Now, we also know that the Starfarer is very close. Now, whether or not that ship will fit in most hangars is as of yet an unknown. So we don't know if there's going to have to be a special hangar or landing pad so that people can climb into their Starfarers and check out the interior. But recently, we've seen a lot of artwork exploring the or the interior of the Starfarer, namely in the holiday live stream. And I think that, for Starfarer owners, hopefully they get something delivered very, very soon so that they can see the interiors of their ship and explore them the same way we've been looking or exploring the Saber recently and the Vanguard. Hopefully, we'll see something in that regard for the Starfarer owners very, very soon. Now, also other ships that are apparently extremely close to hangar ready. The Herald is one of them. Now, the Herald is a ship that I've been anticipating greatly, and I mean it's been pushed back a few times, and it's been through its struggles. I think would be a fair assessment to get completed. It's been repeatedly put on the back burner to complete other ships for Squadron 42, but it should be very, very close to delivery now, and so hopefully we will be seeing that ship in our hangar very soon. And also another ship that I follow very, very closely, which is the Xeon Scout. The Xeon Scout is apparently very close to being hangar ready, so we can expect that very soon. Now, going into 2016, some of the ships that we can hopefully, or that we are hopefully going to hear something about during the year coming up, the new Corvette. We still don't have a lot of details on that. Is it more or less going to be kind of like the old Idris, or is it maybe going to be something new? We don't know yet. Hopefully we will find out soon. Hopefully soon we will also see the Asperia Prowler, which is of course the stealth boarding ship. And then after that, hopefully we're also going to see the Xeon Volper, which is of course the Xeon bomber. Now, whether that bomber is actually Retaliator sized or Gladiator sized, we don't know yet. Now, of course, 2016 also has one big thing to look forward to, which is the release of Squadron 42. Now, oftentimes, with CIG, dates or vague inferences to actual delivery dates are, something that should be taken with a grain of salt. But I think that Squadron 42 we are going to see it in the year coming up. I mean, there's a whole year to get it done, so it's not exactly that much of a guess, but I have a feeling that they're really going to push for that to be completed. And a lot of the assets that would be developed for Squadron 42 would obviously have applications in the persistent universe, so it's basically both kind of game developments kind of running together. And once that's done, then whatever resources are specifically tasked to Squadron 42 things can then be freed up to work on the persistent universe and Star Citizen, which I think is probably the bigger reason that everyone's here. And so hopefully we'll see that in 2017, maybe a little earlier, please. But I feel like we're definitely getting into the home stretch here with this game's development. So I think 2016 is going to be a big year. I mean, 2015 was kind of a rough year. The first half of it was kind of iffy, and of course I think that sort of like those negative emotions and the negative side definitely kind of peaked at the end of September when the so-called Star Citizen scandal launched. And then of course October came along with Citizen Con, and once the Gary Oldman trailer dropped, and then we had seen all the work that had been done on Squadron 42 with obvious applications in the larger game universe. I think they kind of put a lot of those fears and a lot of those doubts to rest. And so I think that, ever since CitizenCon, it feels, uh, the game development feels a little bit more open. It feels like we're seeing a lot more stuff now, and you know, they seem to be a lot more free with what they're showing the community, and a lot more kind of excited to share things with the community. The first half of the first half of 2015 felt like we were seeing a lot of JPEGs, and now we're seeing a lot of movies. We're seeing a lot of stuff in action, and not just, trailers and YouTube videos, but we're now seeing it in the game starting to come to life. So I think that this is going to be a very, very big year coming up. Now, one of the other things, which is also something that I dealt with in a recent video, was my shifting away from a joystick towards using a mouse and a G13 for controls in Star Citizen. Now, obviously, that is not an ideal setup, and it is not the setup that I want to play with. I want to play with a HOTAS, but right now I have certain qualms with the different HOTASes that are out there, and I'm still waiting to see what they're going to do with the high-end Star Citizen HOTAS. Hopefully, they're going to take a lot of that feedback in the HOTAS feedback thread to heart, and they're really going to have a serious rethink on some of the features on that HOTAS, and hopefully make some improvements. So, I mean, those are a lot of things to look forward to in 2016, and I'm going to, of course, at some point in the near future, put out a second video talking about certain things that I found out, kind of like scouring the internet for different joysticks, different HOTASes, what people think, what people are recommending, what people are kind of disappointed with, and hopefully kind of, and obviously I can't make an ongoing weekly video series in regards to that, but hopefully as we learn more about the game and as we learn more about the HOTASes, I'll be able to produce a couple more videos detailing my search for a Star Citizen control scheme, and kind of hopefully what I finally purchase and am very happy with. So there's a lot to look forward to in 2016. I'd like to thank everybody who's subscribed to the channel or who's been watching the videos, and I hope everyone enjoyed this video, and I can't wait until CIG returns in full force and I can start doing regular ship updates and Piracy Show videos. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this one, and thanks for watching.